For the Michigan State Spartans, the goal is always to dream big. Those dreams are more than just one moment, one play, or even one game. After a masterful performance last week, the Spartans look ahead to their next challenge.
Football teaches you so much, just about life, about overcoming obstacles, about relying on each other, about a family environment.
Entering his 11th season at Michigan State, offensive line coach Mark Staten has spent most of his life around football. The son of a coach growing up in Dowagiac, Michigan, Staten saw early on in his life the connections made possible through football.
This was in the late 70s. Somebody drove up, came into our driveway and asked me as I was playing out front if this was where Jerry Staten was. I said, yeah, that's my dad, and he was out back working. We had a small little, family farm, you would say, and they had driven up from Ohio, and they knew they were going to be in the area, and my dad had coached him when he was in junior high, and he was so thankful for the lessons that my father had taught him that he searched him out, and it was just kind of an eye-opener how wonderful coaching could be.
Mark Staten would learn many lessons of his own from his father, Jerry, who would become his position coach. Those lessons would lead to interest from college coaches.
When I was being recruited, wanted to play for George Perlis, Michigan State was it. Tough, hard-nosed offensive line. That's what they were known for back in the day. Back in the days of Buck Nystrom. And, it was something that was really, really exciting for me. Wasn't quite big enough. About 190 my junior year, 220 my senior year, and then, ended up growing into a 310-pound all-conference player down at Miami of Ohio.
Following a short stint in the NFL, Mark decided to try something different.
So after football was done, there was a big void, and I needed to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with my life. So I had friends that were moving out to California, and I headed out west. And originally it was supposed to be my brother and I were going to go out there and try to become professional wrestlers. That was the initial thought, the initial point. And then once he wasn't able to head out with me, started taking classes and doing acting and going up in the hills and doing some plays and things of that nature. At first, it's a lot of extra work. It's a lot of just behind-the-scenes stuff, and maybe you see me, flashing by in Good Burger or in Seinfeld, things like that. And those are ones that I look back and I smile upon. But it was just constant. It was the constant grind and the going to get auditions and being told no a ton. I had actually booked my biggest thing to the time, which was a pilot that went on FX called The X Show. And did the pilot, it went out for reviews, and what they'll do oftentimes is they'll bring in somebody with more cred, more film work. And I was dumped for that person, and at that point in time I was really missing football. I was missing the teaching part, the game, the thrill of a Saturday or Friday night, and at that point in time I walked away.
Yeah, we sat down as a couple and we discussed the ins and outs of coaching, what it's meant to be a coach, coaches' wives, how much time he'll be away from me. He'll miss birthdays, he'll miss anniversaries and such. So we sat down. It was exciting, but it was also, we were nervous.
Terry Hepner, God rest his soul, a wonderful man, a wonderful coach. He was our defensive back coach when I was playing at Miami, and he had taken over for the Red Hawks and was their head coach, and he gave me my first opportunity. So my wife and I moved from California and got in the U-Haul with our puppy and headed across all the states and bought a small little ranch in Oxford and became townies. Working into that, I was fortunate to work at Ohio State's camp, where one night Mark D'Antoni was in charge of the dorms as the defensive coordinator there, and that was in 2001. And there were some things that happened. I took care of the situation. He and I spent a good deal of time talking, and then they had an opportunity a year later. And I was fortunate enough to be hired and work for Coach Bowman, and who I work side by side with now, which is pretty cool, and work for Coach D'Antonio.
Don't make me do this drill again. Get it right first time, Noah. Set. That's it, man. Set. That's it. Now drive him. Drive him. Drive him.
I'm a family man. I'm a person that loves to teach. I'm a person that's going to make you question things. Not always because that's how I believe, but oftentimes I like to be the devil's advocate. I'd like to get you thinking in another way. And I think that's what helps me, and it has helped me become the coach I am.
This is a 3 technique. All right, so I'm hooked in.
He tells you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. So if there's something you're not doing it the right way or things aren't getting done how they need to be done, he'll be sure to stay on you and make sure that you really use your full capabilities. And I'm grateful for that, having someone who doesn't let me take shortcuts and just be a really tough coach. And I appreciate that.
Starting this game in 19 as a player, 79, and some of those coaches who back then were terrific and they were great with little people, and then to push it forward through my high school years and college and then into the pros, and I've tried to take a little bit from every person along the way and make it into my own style, and I think it radiates. If you're having a good time with it, it's more fun for those who are out there in the battle, and it's supposed to be fun. It's a game.
Ain't no joke, is it? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Good.
Yeah, I'm probably going to vomit here in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Being in the O-line room with Coach Staten, he keeps it light. He keeps it positive every day. We're having a good time, but yet at the same time, we all know that what we're here for, we get down to business. But I think he does a great job of meshing the two together and still having fun with football as you're learning the game.
If you've met Mark, you know he's a very passionate person. He's passionate about coaching and what he does. He doesn't take it lightly. He has a huge responsibility of making sure that these young men do well in school, become great guys, and learn the skill of football. So with that, it's not easy on a daily basis. It can be challenging. But with our family support and with our faith, we get through those rough days.
The great thing about the family environment with Michigan State football is not only is it preached, but it's lived.
Becky and Coach D'Antonio have really made an environment that's family friendly. Our kids are allowed to come to the office. They're allowed to get daddy hugs when they miss them.
So to have Maximus and Quinn be at a practice, have them in a locker room after a game.
They get hugs, they get high fives from our O-line. We love the O-line. We call them gentle giants. And my kids are blessed to have them around them.
Really cool picture. Matt Sokol gave his white helmet to Maximus after the Western Michigan win, and he's on my shoulders wearing it around and running into people with the helmet on. And just those, it's those lessons.
It's up to you to use your technique. Use
I think that's
the
the wonderful thing that these group of educators, these group of teachers, coaches have been able to do is take these young people and get them to forge together and bring you the Spartans that you know.
All of our coaches try and coach to the highest level and try and become cutting edge at what they're doing. Jack Conklin, Jack Allen, Donovan Clark, Dan France. Those are 4 guys that are playing in the NFL right now that have had a lot of success here and really learned their trade here under Coach Staten.
Those young people, from the day they got here, they had, we call it a chip on your shoulder, and so they had that chip, and they continue to press forward and leave no stone unturned. And that's the thing that we continue to try to press on these young people who are here in the program now, is that it's there for you, but it's also up to you to take that opportunity.
He's going to get you ready. He's going to get you ready to play at a higher level than just Michigan State. And that's a testament to his coaching, and that's a belief system that he has, and that's a foundation of who we are as a program. We want to take players and get their degree, but also help them achieve greater success on the football field as well.
I think football is life itself. You handle things that you may not have thought you'd have to handle. And in doing so, you become a better employee. You become a better husband. You become a better father. And through football, there's no lesson that cannot be learned if you're paying attention.
It's another busy fall morning in East Lansing, and the campus is abuzz after the Spartans' big win over Michigan. However, there is little time for sophomore linebacker Joe Bachie to sit back and enjoy it. He's focused on building on the team's 4-1 start and grinding through another busy day as a student athlete. First up, a 9 a.m. tutor.
They just said his normal debt was that right there.
Okay, all right. So,
And then I think it stayed the
in
same.
that year, yeah. So his debt was 12,025, and it decreased to 11,164. So that means his debt was only reduced by 861, right? Even though he had paid for that year 1,140.
All right, about to head to class. University requirement, Math 102. Got my buddy Matt Allen right here to take me.
Hey there.
All right, first class of the day. Tutor's done, class, exam at 1 o'clock now.
So the next question, let's leave this graph up here for a minute. The next question says, use the graph to estimate the required monthly payment for a 30-year, $150,000 loan, which is what we're talking about, with 8% APR. So we find 8% on the x-axis here. 8% is right here. Draw a line.
Now we just got the tutor. Oh, Mandy changed mine. I had it earlier today.
Oh, again?
Yeah, so I'm out of that tutor, I think, with you. On the film for a little bit now, and then 1 o'clock, got a big exam. So we'll see how that goes. Should be fine. It's my career management class. That's human resource major, so that's one of my main classes for that.
Well, should have got that video.
It gotta be all.
Very important part.
It's the perfect mixture to watching film.
Gotta have the lights on.
Lights off, doors shut, country music. Left. But that's how they're gonna block us.
Do you know how much the quarterback pulls it?
Not much. 15 going down like the ones it was. You know, the time that we put in between class and stuff is huge. You know, I try and bring, it's usually, you know, Kenny will come in here with me, a couple of the DBs. And it's just good to be in here with each other, you know, making calls and adjustments with each other. You know, I think something we struggled at last week was first down. You know, P and 10 when they start their drive. And if we can increase that percentage of us, you know, winning those downs, getting them off schedule, that'll help us a lot. You know, they got a very good team. They got a pretty solid backfield, and they're going to try and run the ball. So we're going to come out there, and our number one goal is to stop the run. Just got the Tuesday lifted. Time for an exam now.
I'll show you exactly what fits. I have that as my next cheat sheet for you. You know what gap you have. Right? Just take a look at this. It's perfect. Matter of fact, if you don't take a step, you'll be all right. If you look at this, Joe, make something happen.
Just some bros talking about football, man.
We're actually talking about school. Scholar athletes.
Something that you wouldn't know. Something you wouldn't know about. Hopefully you didn't get that guy on camera.
Land on him, I would have broken.
Hey, are you good?
building confidence. You know, some of the younger guys who were stepping up, redshirt freshmen, sophomores like me. Hey, you know, those reps really help.
Was that the biggest game of your career?
Yeah, probably so far. You know, but the biggest game of my career now is Minnesota.
Have a good night, man.
You too.
Thank you.
I'm glad you guys got to see, how I spend my Tuesdays, all the time and effort I put into certain things. Just getting ready for Minnesota now. Go Green.
Good evening, everybody. It's a soggy night in Minneapolis on the campus of the University of Minnesota. This is another night game, more miserable conditions. You're playing a tough-minded team with an enthusiastic first-year head coach, and clearly you've got to be careful not to have a letdown.
Brett Scanlon kicks it away. And after the delay, here we go from Minneapolis.
End around handoff to Brooks. It's fumbled. The Spartans are on it.
You got it back.
The Spartans recover inside the 10-yard line. Kenny Willekes.
That last Golden Gopher fumble putting Michigan State close to the goal line, and into the end zone goes Mondre London.
The Spartans take advantage of the Gopher miscue.
A lot of pressure there on number 15. Connor Rhoda on that play under a tremendous amount of duress.
Lewerke play fakes to Scott, throws over the middle, and it's picked off. Bang, bang, right now. Interception made by Duke McGee. Emmett Carpenter converts from 47 yards out.
Minnesota has all 6 points from Carpenter, and all 6 of them coming off of turnovers.
From the 2-yard line on the return, it's Hayward running to his right across the 20 and the 25 and the 30.
Whoa.
At the far sideline, he makes a would-be tackler pay.
Lewerke throwing on the run, and it is caught. Finding Felton Davis. First down, Michigan State.
Lewerke under center, steps back, hands to LJ off left tackle. Running room, he's at the 10, he's at the 5, he's at the goal line, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, MSU. LJ Scott scores from 25 yards out.
And the Spartan faithful that are viewing this one, they are happy to see LJ Scott running like he is.
Stacked up there, Joe Bachie the first to hit him.
Spartan defense, as I mentioned, so good against the run. And he drops to throw. Lofting it up, but it's underthrown and intercepted. Kari Willis, the safety, with a pick. And bringing it out across the 35 as Jimry Croft's pass went awry. Well underthrown and easily intercepted by the junior from Jackson, Michigan.
And time will run out here in the first half. Our halftime score at Minnesota, the Spartans 17, the Minnesota Golden Gophers 6.
Michigan State wants to get out to another fast start right now. LJ Scott, the story of the first half, 12 carries, 87 yards. He's starting in the backfield now.
Another dose of Scott. Another first down and a little extra, a lot extra, into the red zone.
Now the Spartans will have to settle for a field goal try. It's on the way, end over end, and it splits the uprights.
Croft keeps, Croft throws, and it's bobbled and caught, and then a touchdown for Tyler Johnson. Well, they finally find the end zone, and now you feel like, okay, they've got a little life.
Minnesota kicks off to Connor Hayward, goal line far side. At the 15 and the 20, good block at the 25, he's at the 30.
Stretching it outside, and this is a big return for Hayward. By far his best of the night.
Straight eye behind Lewerke. Toss sweep, short side right to LJ. Follows his blockers into the end zone. Standing up. Touchdown, MSU. Our score in Minneapolis. Michigan State 30, Minnesota 13.
Croft over the middle. Tyler Johnson into the end zone, his second touchdown of the game, and Minnesota not done yet.
Time to throw, throws goal line, caught. Another TD catch for Tyler Johnson. This is a very important onside kick here.
Oh, it's extremely important here. You get the ball back, you can kill the game.
A two-hopper.
Popped up, but it is recovered by Michigan State.
Fielded by Cody White, and he hangs on. The Spartans will take a W back to East Lansing. The final score at Minnesota, the Spartans 30, the Gophers 27.
There were a lot of positives in terms of just answering the bell, as I would say. Most games are pretty much like sort of a prize fight. I mean, you got to go round to round with everybody. I mean, there are good football teams in this conference. There are very well-coached football teams in this conference, and they play extremely hard in this conference. Hey, I'm happy for the win. We're 5-1. We shut them down in terms of running the football. They got about 70 yards, 74 yards running the football, and we'll take it.